Love that I feel, oh nothing lasts forever, but I'm down for the minute, so just chill. Wherever she goes, I go, we go, flying over cities down to Rio, it's Rio. Love that I feel, oh nothing lasts forever, but I'm down for the minute, so just chill. Love that I feel, oh nothing lasts forever, but I'm down for the minute, so just chill. Wherever she goes, I go, we go, flying over cities down to Rio, it's Rio. Love that I feel, oh nothing lasts forever, but I'm down for the minute, so just chill. We go, flying over cities down to Rio, it's Rio. Love that I feel, oh nothing lasts forever, but I'm down for the minute, so just chill. Wherever she goes, I go, we roll, we go. Flying over cities down to Rio, it's real. Love that I feel. Well, nothing lasts forever, but I'm down for the minute, so just chill.
Think I can fly, think I can fly when I'm with you. My arms are wide, catching fire as the wind blows. I'm not rich enough for pride. I see $1 billion in your eyes, even if we're strangers till we die.
Wherever she goes, I go, we roll, we go. Flying over cities down to Rio, it's real. Love that I feel. Well, nothing lasts forever, but I'm down for the minute, so just chill. Wherever she goes, I go, we roll, we go. Flying over cities down to Rio, it's real. Love that I feel. Well, nothing lasts forever, but I'm down for the minute, so just chill.
Think I can fly, think I can fly when I'm with you. My arms are wide, catching fire as the wind blows. I'm not rich enough for pride. I see $1 billion in your
Come on, I guess I'm just a misfit, huh? Yeah. No, look at right now. Yeah, hey, listen, real skinny, loud colored titties, body marked up like graffiti. I don't push a Maserati, Beamer, Benz, or Bentley, and yeah, I wrote a foreign, and this son looking spiffy. Hey, go ahead and doubt us, what you know about us, and we ain't gotta follow, then we take another route. No, we ain't blowing trees, bro, open up my window. I see you popping tags, but you know that's why your M's low. I tried to tell them we was coming down, let us in. Why they hating like we are a bunch of hooligans? No gimmicks, spirit in my lyrics. Know when people hear it, they gon' love it, they gon' fear it. And it ain't how we flow, cause when we show up at our show, they say we going so hard in the place, they can't wait for some more. But some others say we preachy, some close-minded geechies, like we ain't heard of Marx like a Nietzsche. Believe me, they don't know about us, 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 they think we dumb, diddy dumb. But they gon' know about us, they gon' know about us, hey, they gon' know about us, they gon' know about us, oh, they gon' know about us, they gon' know about us, oh, they gon' know about us, they gon' know about us. 622 plus, gon' add it up. Hey, that's a big problem.
So DJ. Thank you.
Oh, back him up, back him up. Ready, go.
I'm doing well. Yeah, he's back.
Coach Jeff, please.
Vamos en la voz y vengan para acá rápido.
Show us your skills. Can you play like that? I'll show you what we see on television. 10 yards all the way around. Yellow card, you don't want to get it.
Let's go.
Yep. All right.
You have 11 balls, Haley?
Good evening, soccer fans, and you really are soccer fans because you're here to join us. It's a pleasure to welcome you to the Wheaton Academy campus, and it's a little bit soggy out there, as you can tell, but Coach Jeff Brook and the Warriors welcome Coach Jose Villa and the West Chicago Wildcats to Performance Trust Field for a non-conference varsity soccer match. Before we meet the teams, let me introduce you to today's officiating crew. Tonight we have with us Mr. Dave Kintz, Mr. Neil Kragel, and Mike Rice. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining us this evening. And now, let's meet the Wildcats' starting lineup. Wearing jersey number 1, Ricardo Porcayo. Number 2, Diego Cortez. Number 5, Jose Correa. Number 22, Gil Salinas. Number 7, Arturo Marquez. Number 8, Heraclio Marquez. Number 11, Ari Telez. Number 13, Brian Barrios. Number 15, Roberto Medina. Number 16, Fabian Medina. And number 19, Olanzo Salinas. Head coach of the Wildcats, Mr. Jose Villa, assisted by Dorian Carrasco and Roberto Hurtado. Good luck to the Wildcats. And now, the starting lineup for your Wheaton Academy Warriors. Senior, jersey number 0, goalkeeper J.D. Gunn. Senior defender, number 3, DJ Polino. Senior defender number 8, Matthew Oster. Senior forward number 9, Grayson Harris. Senior midfielder number 10, Owen Hardy. Junior defender number 12, Owen Cetron. Senior forward number 14, Luke Holwarda. Junior defender number 15, Elijah Lebo. Senior forward number 17, Quinn Partain. Junior midfielder number 21, Jack Kilgallen. Junior midfielder number 22, Seamus Kilgallen. Head coach of the Warriors, Mr. Jeff Brook, assisted by Alex Earl, Tim Miller, and goalkeeper coach Joe Salvaggio. Trainer and medical assistant on the field, Rochelle Blakely. If able, would you please stand and remove caps as we pray over today's contest. Father God, we come before you to ask for your blessing over today's contest. We honor you and celebrate your spirit living in us and acknowledge you sovereign in everything that we do. Your word says that you have given each of us special talents and that we should use them to help, bless, and influence others for your glory. As we enter the field of competition today, Lord, we thank you for these gifts and give ourselves over to you that your will be done here today. We express great gratitude for the blessing of those you have called to lead, mentor, and build young minds and hearts in your name. We pray for your spirit of protection over our athletes, coaches, staff, and campus guests from injury or harm during today's contest and during our travels back to our homes. We are eternally grateful for your love that is never ending and that nothing can ever separate us from that love. We pray and express our gratitude in the name of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, and everyone said, amen. Please remain standing for our national anthem as Wheaton Academy student Elaine Solberg sings the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, give proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Very nice. Thank you so much, Elena. Gentlemen, the field is yours.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, from Performance Trust Field. Wednesday, October the 11th. Here, Wheaton Academy is playing their last regular season home game. That home match is against the city rival, West Chicago Wildcats, only about 1.5 to 2 miles away. Ironically, football plays the Wildcats at the beginning of the year, and here we are playing them at the end of the year. Get a chance for a number of people to come out with their umbrellas. If you can't see it already, there's some rain on the field. which should play an interesting role today. If they keep the ball on the deck, that should skip around on the turf a little bit more, and it'll be a challenge for Wheaton Academy as they start this match. Wheaton Academy is coming in with a record of 17-4, winning their last 10 matches. They are on a hot streak, and their last loss coming to Plainfield Central in the Pepsi Showdown. So Wheaton Academy looking to end the regular season on a roll, use that momentum to go into the postseason, as they will be expected to play 2 games in the regionals and then 2 more in the sectionals to get to that super sectional game and get a chance to go down state once again. Wheaton Academy JV boys, we want to shout out their record. They won today with a 1-0 victory. They end the season 10-4-1. Great season. A couple of those guys play in both the varsity and JV lineups. Today we have a pretty typical lineup for Wheaton Academy. We have Luke Huerta there at midfield getting ready to make a charge. We have Quinn Partain right here on the near side, number 17. Number 21, Jack Kilgallen on the far side. Seamus Kilgallen in the middle on the near side here, along with Grayson Harris, number 9. Number 10 in the middle, Owen Hardy. On the far side over there, looking at Eli Lebo, and then Matt Oster, and DJ Polino into the lineup tonight, playing for Max Dominguez, or at least starting in place of Max Dominguez, who was waived as a starter just minutes before this game. So we'll see how that plans out. And goalkeeper tonight, J.D. Gunn. If you are joining us after that sad Cubs game, last I checked, a grand slam with 5-0. Cubs, I see, are batting in the bottom of the 8th. We can hope for a comeback here with 2 on. There's Quinn Partain coming up the left side. Quinn's got a left foot to boot, so that's going to help him on the left-hand side there. Number 17. Number 12, Owen Cetron, playing the ball in the middle to Owen Hardy. Looking outside, wide to Jack Kilgallen. So if West Chicago plays similar to their JV, they got a lot of possession in the middle of the field. I was impressed at the JV level of how good that possession was. Wheaton Academy ends up winning that game 1-0 off of a first half goal, and did a nice job putting the pressure on, but really had to play defense there in the second half. There's a short ball delivered to the corner. Ball is sent through. It's That's number 3 over there, DJ Polino. So the Warriors looking to take the momentum from the conference. They end up winning the MSC conference 2 years in a row. And from a good showing, I mean, it's not the best outcome for the Pepsi Showdown, but playing some good teams there. It's number 9, Grayson Harris, chasing that thing down, and the referee signals a corner kick here. Give you a chance to hear who's working this game in the rain for us. Up top, Jonathan James and Joaquin Ventimilla helping us out. Editing tonight is Cliff Anderson. Ball delivered right to the keeper, slips out of his hands. Number 21, Jack Kilgallen, couldn't get to it in time. Brian Musiari is the director for the evening. Ball's on the near side here. West Chicago looking across. Does nice job, but I think that was number 15, Eli Lebo, getting his head on the ball. Seamus Kilgallen delivers a strike to Grayson Harris, who's looking for Luke Huerta. Offsides is called early. That is waved off as the keeper maintains possession. Nice little feed in, just missing that opportunity there. Good win in the air by Owen Hardy. Ball skipping around here. Luke Huerta coming into the game has 24 goals on the season. Put in perspective, our record-breaking goal scorer, Ty Seeger, who's playing at Northwestern these days, had 39 in his outstanding year, and that includes the postseason. So if Luke can get a goal here and then throw that streak and go pretty deep in the postseason, he could be easily at 30, which would be an unbelievable year for him. Also supported in that goal-scoring game is Quinn Partain, their number 17. Grayson Harris doing a nice job up top for Wheaton Academy. Jack Kilgallen chasing down the ball. Gets West Chicago to get rid of it quicker than they'd like to. Play on, says the official. A little check there on the ground as Warriors maintain possession and try and settle it down. Good job with the Warriors kind of playing that square, showing Quinn Partain an option on the left, an option behind him, and the official calls a tackle there, so give you a chance to see that. A little extra. Yeah, didn't play the ball there, took Quinn out. That's good replay there by our crew. So Owen Hardy taking the ball here on the 40. Gonna send the ball deep. Looking for the head of, I think that was number 21, Jack Kilgallen, there on the far side. Wheaton Academy playing a little retreat defense. Eli Lebo skips that ahead, trying to just catch the defense. Didn't get around to it. Good pressure from behind. Pull a little hand on the back, so West Chicago ball here. They look to quick start it and then settle that back down. So they're going to take this free kick there at the 40, same as we did in the past. See, they go short here, and again, probably trying to do a little bit more possession and less about plays, judging from what I saw being coached in the JV game. Quinn Partain lets it skip through. I think he thought he had Luke behind him. He did not. Jack Kilgallen, number 21 on the far side there. There's Owen Hardy chasing down the ball. Grayson Harris sitting in the middle. DJ Polino on the far side on defense. Again, coming in for Max Dominguez at the start of this game. DJ has come in most of the games within 10-15 minutes anyways. Probably the 12th man on this team. Gives great energy on defense. Warriors trying to settle in. Really compact in the box right now. And win possession there. Luke Huerta doing a nice job with his feet. Controlling it, not doing too much, letting it settle down. See Seamus Kilgallen. Feeds the ball out wide. There's Owen Hardy in the middle, sending the ball a little bit left and just missed the edge of the box. Missing Seamus. Good idea there. Wind's definitely going from right to left on your screen tonight. The rain coming across. So any possession here right now. Oh my, JD Gunn not able to handle the ball, lets that ball drop. West Chicago able to get a foot on it, just kicked it up instead of into the goal. Nice opportunity there for West Chicago. I'll tell you about him in a second. Wheaton Academy looks to clear that out. Pretty decent save by JD, doing a nice job in goal this year. Two-sport athletes getting ready for basketball next, but definitely an anchor in the backfield there for Wheaton Academy. So the West Chicago Wildcats have a record of 8-8-6, if you can believe it. 6 ties in this season. Almost a third of their record is a tie, which maybe tells you how they play this game. You're not going to see a whole lot of counterattack from Wheaton Academy because West Chicago is not giving that up. They're not going to take too many chances in the front and thus not give up too many chances in the back. So Wheaton Academy is going to have to play a good middle game tonight. West Chicago has a couple of common opponents that Wheaton Academy has played. Ball getting kicked around there. Wheaton Academy's doing a nice job staying in front. There's a missed stab there by Owen Setron, who chases the ball back down. Seven's able to kick that ball across. Quinn Partain not able to head it, not able to control, and West Chicago still with the ball. I think they called that on Quinn Partain, just blocking with his body there. West Chicago getting ready to serve this ball in here. And JD using all 6'6" of his tall frame to win the ball in the air. So West Chicago has a common opponent win against Plainfield North and a common opponent win against Marmion. Got a stoppage of the clock as West Chicago player there holding his back, and they're going to need a sub out. They won 2-1 against Plainfield North. And put it in perspective, we won 4-0. And then they beat Marmion 1-0. And if any
West
of you,
Chicago substitution number 23, Norman Alarcon, into the game.
if any of you came to the homecoming game for Wheaton Academy, I believe Wheaton Academy won that game 7-1. So West Chicago beats Marmion 1-0. We beat them 7-1. Maybe that gives you an indication of how we should play against this team. But again, I think most of West Chicago's scores have kept it low. So they've had 1-1s. They have 2-2s. Wheaton Academy is used to scoring, and when they score in chunks. So if Wheaton Academy can get a goal here early on, I think that changes the game for them and also for the way West Chicago will have to play this game. This game means nothing except a little crosstown rivalry pride and a little momentum going into the postseason. Everything has been decided for both of these teams. Conference has been decided. Sectional seeding has been decided at this point. So just trying to get a little bit of extra form here before we go in. West Chicago able to get a shot off, and J.D. Gunn makes an outstanding save. Somehow with 4 Wheaton Academy players sitting around the ball, not able to get to it. Number 2 from West Chicago able to find it right at his feet and just rips that on the left foot. J.D. Gunn ready for it, but not ideal. West Chicago with a corner kick there. Nice camera work there. Again, Jonathan James and Joaquin Ventimilla up top, giving you those angles. There's a low shot and it scores. Saw that all the way. It's one of those. There's an offsides call, so that goal will be waved off. If you hear that the mic, the coach is saying. That is, no one has touched it. So the issue there was that maybe because no one touched it, that offsides call shouldn't have been called. The official is saying to the coach, no, someone has touched it, and that's why we called the offsides. Certainly, see what the official is doing. It looks like he's pulling out a yellow card here. I believe that's Owen Cetron. We'll see him walk away here. Oh, no, that's Quinn Partain, the captain. No, that's Owen Cetron, my bad. So number 12, Owen Cetron, I think dealt the yellow card. We're going to see if he was dealt a yellow card, he's going to have to come out of this game. Yeah, and he's going to have to come out of this game. He's trying to argue maybe that he didn't deserve that. I'm not sure exactly what that official is looking at right now.
Wheaton Academy substitution number 4, Ricky Resendez checks onto the field.
The official requesting 20 seconds off the clock. West Chicago's got a strategy. They're going to put the ball on the ground. I would do the same with a 6'6" keeper. He can save most of the things in the air, and on this wet night, the ball is going to skip along the ground. So West Chicago had that chance, kind of like a hockey goal where you have someone blocking the keeper's vision. That was an outstanding shot by West Chicago. Unfortunately, again, for them, getting called with the offsides call. Owen Hardy trying to find Luke cutting down the middle. That has always worked. It has not yet today. And West Chicago on the counterattack. Here comes number 2 from West Chicago, who's been a good player for them so far, Diego Cortez. And he earns himself a corner kick. So Wheaton Academy, the beneficiary of an offsides call finally. You know, Wheaton Academy has put a lot of pressure on other people's defense, and we've got a lot of offsides calls that maybe we would argue the same. West Chicago getting a goal called back. Still 0-0 here, 15 minutes into the first half. Again, if you're just joining us, we got a sideways rain coming across from right to left in this what looks to be foggy night, and I know it's hard to see on the camera, but my camera crew definitely getting wet here tonight as they broadcast and give you this game. West Chicago with that 8-8-6 record tied Bennett, which is always a good tie, and they beat another team of significance, which I'll give you an idea about in a second. They beat Sycamore 1-0. West Chicago really owning the middle of the field right now. Wheaton Academy kind of tracing back, and definitely more pressure here on Wheaton Academy's defensive side. Sending the ball out wide. DJ Polino meeting the ball, trying to get in front. Miscommunication there for a second, and able to track that thing down. A shot taken, not really much of a chance, and ball sails out, so a goal kick. Again, in the backfield tonight, we have number 15, Eli Lebo. We have he's on the near side with Ricky Resendez here. Number 4 subbed in for Owen Cetron. We have Matt Oster, the right middle back there. And then on the far side, DJ Polino. In the middle of the field, you got Owen Hardy and Grayson Harris, 10 and 9. Here chasing down the ball is Seamus Kilgallen, number 22. Quinn Partain, number 17, looking to get the ball. That did not. Far side there, we have Jack Kilgallen, number 21. We haven't seen very many subs into the game yet. Pretty early on. Fans of soccer would probably be mourning the loss last night, or the failure to qualify, let's put it that way. with the U.S. and Trinidad Tobago. U.S. not qualifying for the first time for the World Cup since 1986. Put that in perspective. I think I saw Back to the Future was in the theaters. Bulls hadn't won a championship in 1986, so a little pressure in the back, and I think we're going to get a free kick there against West Chicago, pushing Luke Huerta there in the back. So Owen Hardy here will place the ball right in front of the 50-yard line and see if he can deliver a strike, probably to the 20, to the 15, to the 10. You know, most of the time there in soccer we call it the 18, the goal box. But on the football field, you got yardage lines that are making it a little bit challenging. Owen chases that ball all the way to the other side and stabs it to slow down the momentum. So after he delivered that strike in West Chicago, he just sprinted onto the far side. Seamus Kilgallen giving the ball to Owen, looking in the middle, not finding Grayson, but does send it out wide there to Jack Kilgallen. And Wheaton Academy not able to find Luke Huerta, and that's probably a strategy West Chicago is playing right now. I would do the same with 24 goals on the season. Wheaton Academy is getting a little frustrated, not getting anything out of some of their more designed plays, their patterned offense, that kind of thing. West Chicago throws its arm in the air saying, no, I deserve the corner kick, because, or maybe the foul because he blocked me, and they award the goal kick instead. Goal kick should bring in the subs, but there it is. The subs do come into the game. So
Wheaton Academy substitution, number 6, Sam Frostlid, number 18, John Austriaco.
Well, Sam Frostlid and John Austriaco have definitely been the first few subs coming in. Right now you see a little bit of a frustration. Grayson Harrison, I believe that's Jack Kilgallen coming out for a second. There's Sam with a nice touch there. He's got a little quick footwork. Sam, only a sophomore, able to have some pretty convincing play to say that he deserves to be in this spot. Able to win that ball in the air. Nice job by Sam there. And Wheaton Academy is just trying to figure out where to go next. West Chicago is very content letting the man with the ball just stand there, and then they'll guard every other spot. So it's been a little difficult so far. The other person into the game, John Austriaco, number 18, is a great presence up top. So he's on the far side of the field there. He will be on the far side or the right side of the field, right, like a right center mid or right mid. There's a little push in the back challenged, so Wheaton Academy will set up a quick opportunity. Matt Oster delivers the ball here. Little possession opportunity, and then Seamus Kilgallen puts it right at the feet of West Chicago. However, out of bounds, throw in for Wheaton Academy. Ricky Resendez will take this. So, take this moment to talk to you about Sycamore for a second. So, again, West Chicago beat Sycamore 1-0 earlier this year. There's a cross there by Quinn Partain. Sam able to get a foot on it. Austriaco looks like an offsides call is made. I think the official didn't want to make that call. It was a little late there. It came from the, you can see the flag up while that was happening, so it's the outside official. Wheaton Academy recently went through a sectional seating meeting. We were talking about in other live streams. Wheaton Academy is named the #1 seed in the sectional, and it is our sectional. So what we're doing is we're going to be hosting the sectional, and if we can get out of the regional, we will have 2 games at home. The 2 regional games we will be playing at, this is where West Chicago, there's Luke Huerta, will be able to stop the ball for a second and then triple teamed, and that's the strategy so far. Not give us anything one-on-one action up front, and the Warriors get a throw-in. The tie-in here is we have our regional at Sycamore, and Sycamore is the 5th seed, I believe, and St. Francis, the 4th seed. Sterling, the 3rd seed, and Canelan, the 2 seed. However, with Canelan and Sterling, Wheaton Academy would only play those 2 in one of the championship for the sectional. To get out of the regional, Wheaton Academy has to play the winner of Sycamore and St. Francis. Well, let's put it this way. There is I think that might have been a handball, but yeah, handball is called now. I think that was on Quinn Partain. So, Wheaton Academy play the winner of IMSA and Dixon in the 4 p.m. game on Tuesday, October the 17th. We won't be live streaming that or the regional final because that is at Sycamore. If they do make it out of the regionals, there's a good chance that we'll try and live stream that in the sectionals. The winner of that game would play the winner of St. Francis and Sycamore, which St. Francis holds the top seed there, 4-5, and Sycamore the 5 seed. But West Chicago beat Sycamore 1-0. That gives you a little bit of an indication on what that regional game might be like. At the end of this day, you'll figure out, if we end up tying Sycamore or West Chicago here, that may be a tight regional game. And we knew it all along. One of the issues is it's at Sycamore. It's not at home, so we're trying to figure out. I'm sure Coach Brooks is going to be getting these guys ready to go and getting them mentally ready to go as they have to get out there on a school day, an hour away. There's a chance, but a little slow. Keeper lets up the ball and then grabs it again. They'll have to go at 4 p.m. here. Here's a nice replay of that shot there. Kind of squirts out of his hands, but able to get it back. Matt Oster winning that ball and then taking a stab at it, missing a chance, going to have to retreat. Eli Lebo there, number 15, playing center back as Matt Oster is trying to get back into position. West Chicago kind of knows we're out of position, so trying to send that in. Still 0-0, 25 minutes into this first half. We have as many goals as the Cubs have runs right now. It's 5-0 if you're able to multitask. Otherwise, Cubs are going to have an epic comeback there in the 9th. Otherwise, that's going to Game 5. Speaking of Game 5s, the Hockett household, we've got a Game 5 we got to watch tonight when we get back from live stream. Yankees and Cleveland. My wife, there's a shot. Knee way under the ball, sends that thing high. Like a field goal opportunity. That's Luke Huerta. Just happy to get a shot for a second. My wife from Pennsylvania and our family in Connecticut getting a chance to support that team that they've always been cheering for, the Yankees. A lot of people call that the Evil Empire. Mr. Clancy is a huge Red Sox fan, if you didn't know that. And he is the nicest Red Sox fan. A lot of people say Red Sox fans are mean. Yankees and Red Sox don't get along. Well, Mr. Clancy says, I hope the Yankees win and the Red Sox win so that we can play each other. My wife, maybe not as interested in that. Says, I hope that there's a shot on goal. Quinn Partain missing just off to the left-hand side. Says, my wife says, I hope the Yankees win and the Red Sox lose. That's mostly how that series goes. You can see that that thing skips off to the side, but it skipped off to the side because the goalkeeper touched it. So an opportunity here for a corner kick. Quinn Partain comes out of the game, gets a breather here for a second. Ricky Resendez still into the game. I think we said Daniel Rinchenkov. There's a cross in, just a little heavy on the far side. Luke trying to chase that ball down. Able to, and then wins himself a corner kick. Great hustle there by Luke Huerta. Able to chase it down, stop that ball, and then chip that right off of the foot. So Wheaton Academy will take its time. Sam will jog on over to the corner. 13 minutes left in this first half. Wheaton Academy has a lot of design plays. The goal is that out of this, you get something with some movement. And not able to capitalize on that header. I think that was Owen Hardy on the header.
Number 13, Brian Barrios, back on the field for the Wildcats of West Chicago.
So number 23, Daniel Rinchenkov, is into the game for Wheaton Academy. He subbed out Quinn Partain for a second. Takes the place up top. That moved John Austriaco. John, did I say? That moved Josh. Yeah, John Austriaco, his brother Josh, who went to Wheaton Academy. Over here to the near side, number 18. So if you see him into the shot, that's who that new player is. He was on the far side for a while. Luke Huerta is the lone guy up top and will sit about half field for most of the game. There's John Austriaco looking for Luke and does find Luke. Keeper wisely comes way out, all the way up 7-8 yards past that 18 goal box and has to just boot it out. But a great job by him to get his foot on the ball. Otherwise, Luke had beaten those two defenders. Just missing that opportunity. Good camera work there. In the box tonight, editing, again, Cliff Anderson. Cliff Anderson, he's been a part of a live stream crew, mostly for the camera work on the football games, and then he's edited a couple of times, one time with the volleyball team. Then Brianne Massieri, she is the director, telling our camera people what to do, how to capture it, who to focus on if we need to. And she's been doing that job for us for about 5, 6, 7 different games this season, especially with football. There's a little physical play, and Sam loses that battle for that. It is chasing the ball down all the way. No call, and but the Warriors do have to send that out of bounds and trying to slow that process. So throw in for West Chicago. Wheaton Academy defending that short ball. Eli Lebo pressing from behind, and John Austriaco wins that ball. Luke Huerta doing a nice job, just not able to control. A little extra foot there by West Chicago in the back. Doing a nice job just flattening out, trying not to give any direct line of sight to them. And number 7 for West Chicago, we'll give you the name, Arturo Marquez, just missing an opportunity. He got a foot on it, went towards the goal. It just wasn't really a shot. Owen Hardy surveying the middle of the field. For a lot of these seniors, again, this is a good season for them. We lost a lot of seniors last year, and we knew what to expect, but we also, there's that moment of what will this season look like with so many players gone. Looks like we got a player holding their back. Referee not willing to stop the clock, and now finally does. To take a look at it. It looked like a slide tackle in the back. So maybe got bent the wrong way or did take a cleat to the back. We have our trainer coming out to check on him. Subbing back into the game, number 9.
Onto the field for the Warriors,
Grayson
number 9,
Harris.
Grayson Harris, and number 21, Jack Kilgallen.
And 21, Jack Kilgallen. We got a corner kick as we're waiting for it. Trying to look at whether or not this is going to be worked out or not. Looks like we definitely have some problems with the back. Going to work that up. That's Matt Oster getting off the ground. I don't think, yeah, he's holding his back, not holding his knee. You see that knee brace there on him. So but that's a gingerly walk. If I had put money on it, I'd say he's probably not going to be playing the rest of this game. Hope he's okay. Big senior leadership loss there in the back if that's the case. And it looks like we've got a call for a sub here. Number 13 for Wheaton Academy, Brian Henry. So Brian's been out for almost his whole season.
Number 13, Brian Henry for the Warriors, comes in for the injured Matthew Oster, number 8.
So Brian, a 11th grade junior at Wheaton Academy. West Chicago able to send a short ball. Didn't have much of a chance. Maybe that was the goal, but I don't think so. Wheaton Academy trying to just hold on to it, and JD scoops it up. Well, not saying this has anything to do with how we play, because I believe West Chicago had to do the exact same thing. But today was testing day for the state. For sure for the area, but I'm pretty sure for the state. Testing day for the PSAT. So all of our students, seniors excluded, were a part of testing from 9 to 1 or 1:15. There's an opportunity by Luke. Going up, challenging it, and the goalkeeper having to rise up above. You know, I don't think that's dirty. It didn't look like goalkeeper had any possession there, and you could see the goalkeeper actually had to come a little bit extra forward to make that save. So testing day, and then they had, from 1 to 5 off or whatever whatever their call time is for this team. But that is a little out of routine, and you always want a little routine here at the end of the season. You want to do things the same way, you get used to things. So maybe a slow start for Wheaton Academy because of it. Of course, we've got the rain. And again, maybe this is going to play in with the second half too. But keep in mind, the rain is going from our defense to our offense from right to left. So it's a lot easier to move the ball right now for us forward, where we're going to go against the wind in the second half. Looks like Logan Finnegan is getting ready to come into the game for Wheaton Academy, number 5. We'll see him in a second. We only have 7:27 left to play. We've got 0-0 score. Here's John Ostriaco, able to try and send the ball to Daniel Rodchenkov. Kind of overran it, then underran it, and West Chicago just boots the ball out of bounds. Almost hits the car on the far side there.
Finnegan enters the game for Wheaton Academy.
So if you were part of the homecoming festivities, we did not live stream it, but we did have some outstanding fireworks at the end of the game. That game was a rainy game as well. Looks like a bad throw-in called on Wheaton Academy, so West Chicago gets the ball. So the fireworks, certainly anybody around the community. I saw lots of cars stop on the side of the road to watch the fireworks. That probably wasn't wise. The community from Forest Trails comes in and sits on the edges or in their cars. Homecoming is definitely a huge day for us, and we coupled that with an evening for prospective families too. If you are interested, or if you know anybody interested, chances are you're watching this live stream and you're a part of the Wheaton Academy community. If you know anybody interested in coming to Wheaton Academy next year or the years to follow, have them come to our open house on Monday. Spread the word. We've got an open house, I believe, that starts at 7 p.m. We're going to give tours. There's a few sessions for them to sit in on, a chance to meet department heads, principal, head of school, those types of things, and then certainly the admissions director. The admissions department is run by Brittany Clanky these days, and she would love to answer any questions if you want to email her about information to share with other people. If by chance you've got a prospective student in your household or you know someone, please think about Monday. That's a great opportunity. Gives you a chance to really hear a lot of key topics about Wheaton Academy. The ball sent, that was Grayson Harris, sent a great ball down to Logan Finnegan. Looked like he was running a little bit out of steam, but able to win the ball. Finds number 21, Jack Kilgallen, gives the ball back to Logan. Logan looking, skips it past, gives it to Owen Hardy in the middle of the field. This is by far the best chance Wheaton Academy has so far. Owen able to play the ball on the ground. It's not called a dangerous play unless people are surrounding him. But West Chicago did a nice job defending there. Number 11 for Wheaton Academy, Luke Sesnov coming into the game. Looks like coming in for Luke Huerta.
For Wheaton Academy, number 11.
So Luke Huerta, this is not normal. Not able to get a whole lot of looks, a whole lot of touches so far. I'm sure cold and wet. So the goal here is to stay warm. With 4 minutes left to play, maybe getting a little extra break, getting ready for the second half already for Coach Brook. Taking away a little offense. Hopefully not taking away a little defense as well. West Chicago and Wheaton Academy maybe playing pretty equal, but again, we said at the start, West Chicago has had 6 ties. Nearly a third of their season has been ties. You know this is the way that they're playing this game. They're probably going to regionals the same way, hoping to get some chance where maybe they have PKs. In this game, we will not end the game in PKs. This will end in a tie at regulation if needed, I believe, since this is just a regular season non-conference match. 3:30 left to play, 0-0. At Wheaton Academy here Wednesday night, October the 11th. There's an unwise header. Drops to the ground, and JD has to get to the ground to save it. That was an unbelievable play. Probably a poor choice, maybe misdirection. It looked like he was trying to head the ball towards the outside and ends up heading it right back into the middle of the goal. And we have a West Chicago player down right now. Called for a stoppage of the clock. So 2:58 left. Here comes the trainer again. Got a lot of stuff going on in the rain. West Chicago's walking this thing off. Might look at JD. Maybe he's just fixing his socks right now too. And he's running off. I'm not sure if he has to sub out because the official called a stoppage. So I think he does. Coming off on his own free will though. That's number 7. We named him already, Arturo Marquez.
Out of the field for the Wildcats, 20, Oscar Alanis.
So 2:58 left here. JD Gunn with the ball. Going to use the wind and send it 60 yards out of bounds. Wheaton Academy doing the best that they can, but West Chicago with nice ball control in this first half. Ricky Resendez winning the ball in the air. Owen Hardy surveying and kind of stabbed from behind. He's yelling at people. maybe encouraging them to move. So right now, looks like Wheaton Academy playing a little stagnant. Instead of moving towards the ball, waiting for the ball, and West Chicago just settling down and playing that little extra push in the back. So Wheaton Academy gets that free kick.
Hey, turn and face the ball, Diego. Let's go.
JD Gunn will take it with 1:45 left to play. Shout out to my families who are always watching. I have families in Tennessee. I heard of one in California recently. We've got Indiana, Pennsylvania, Arizona, I heard. There's Daniel Rinchenkov trying to race that thing down. Not able to get to it, so a goal kick is called. Florida. We had somebody in Oklahoma City at some point. I know a lot of alumni, and actually, I think I got an email recently from someone in either China or Korea watching. I believe, and I could be wrong, so correct me if I'm wrong later on, but I believe this is Ryan Delos. And Ryan Delos is an Wheaton Academy alum and still interested in following our team. And that happens more times than not. Either they come back and coach or they hang with and watch. Andy Howard, longtime coach and then player as well. I see him a lot of times on Twitter looking to stay interested in this team. Shout out to Ryan Seeger at Northwestern. Doing a nice job with his team over there. "18 seconds left. Seeing if we can keep the ball in this half of the field. We are. Maybe we can get across. We do get across. Daniel Rinchenkov there. If the keeper drops it, not happening, and the keeper sends it long, and that is the half. So this could be a reason why people get a little bored in soccer. 0-0. This is a very intense game, but the score does not reflect that. So right now, it's 0-0 at halftime. We'll come back here in about 8 minutes and recap the first half and see what we can get started in the second. We'll rejoin you in 8 minutes.
If you like soft pretzels, we've got them at the concession, serving them up with a fabulous house-made cheese sauce. They also have fresh popcorn, kettle chips, hot dogs, and a great selection of cold and hot beverages, namely hot chocolate. And I hear it's very hot and very chocolatey. So stop by the concession for these and many more treats. You'll be glad you checked it out. Bon appetit.
All right, welcome back. 40 seconds left in this halftime, and so we got a score of 0-0. Just checking our Facebook and YouTube channel, and got a got a comment from our normal editor. He calls himself the normal editor. I'm not sure if it's normal if he only shows up some of the time, but Jared Casper is watching tonight. Shout out to our live stream crew. Always looking for more students. Tonight, an amazing bunch of people saying it doesn't matter if it's a weird testing day or cold and rainy, they're coming out. So Jonathan James and Joaquin Ventimilla up top in cameras. Brianne Massieri is our director, and then our editor for tonight is Cliff Anderson, giving you all those replays. Got a couple of shout-outs there. One was an old video student of mine, Bill Rare. Shout out to him tuning in and giving us a comment there on Facebook. Bill went on to IWU and now lives locally in the area, but really kind of helped to define the video program. And then I think I saw Patrick and Mary Kay Brook, Coach Brook's parents, listening in Minnesota. I always forget to give Minnesota a shout out. So thanks for watching out there. Of course, supporting your son, but glad to do the live stream for situations like that. I forgot another one. Owen Hardy's grandparents are out in South Carolina, so another state tuning in. Wheaton Academy sends that ball all the way down, so we got a goal kick to start. Maybe we can look to see if we can just put a little pressure up top there. So homecoming festivities, we choose an alumni of the year and a young alumni, or alumnus, or alumna. In this case, Jeff and Rachel Brook were the young alumni of the year. So both Jeff and Rachel got a chance to speak to our student body and then to our alumni and prospective family community on that evening before Jeff had to coach the game. And it was outstanding to hear from those two. I had a chance. I've been here for 19 years and had a chance to coach Coach Brook in basketball. And man, that guy can shoot threes, and he still can shoot threes. There's a little pressure from behind or in front. DJ Polino called for that foul. Number 16 from West Chicago on a free kick in dangerous territory. We'll turn our attention here for a second. 25-yard line of the football field. A little short ball to the 18, and West Chicago just sending that ball. No, Wheaton Academy sending that ball out. So West Chicago gets a corner kick out of it. But it's great to see and cool to see Coach Brook and Rachel involved at Wheaton Academy after all this time and wanting to be involved at Wheaton Academy. West Chicago trying to get that low skip, and JD not happy about that opportunity they had. You can see this shot just kind of goes just a little wide, maybe not able to see it right away. Coach Brook talking about he's been here coaching for 10 years now. And we were talking about the conferences. Wheaton Academy has won the MSC conference for the second year in a row. And he said 8 out of the last 10 years they have won conference. And we're talking about those 10 years. And we think that we've been through 3 conferences in the last 10 years. That might have been the last year of the PSL, the private school league for all of you older generation. That was a league. There's a chance that just missed on the right-hand side. So Wheaton Academy able to get a good look there. Take a look at this replay. Ball just kind of, maybe we didn't get a chance to really grab it. Kind of skipped just around. I'm not even sure it hit someone's head and it went off to the right-hand side. Owen Hardy doing a nice job winning that ball in the air. So PSL, and then we were involved in the Suburban Catholic Conference or Christian Conference for maybe 5 more years after that. And then we entered into this MSC Conference. The MSC Conference now has the likes of Glenbard South, has, here's the replay of this kind of from behind push there. So Wheaton Academy gets a free kick here. Glenbard South, Riverside, Brookfield, Fenton. Those are definitely the more challenging opponents in soccer. Here's a free kick on the wide side. Grayson Harris making a gesture like that got tipped. It did not, according to the officials, and so there's a goal kick. A shout out to an assistant of mine on the live stream as well. Her name is Miss Rachel Burek. She is our tech director and has done a phenomenal job for years with our musicals, with our chapels. If you see something with lights and sound in the auditorium or in the White Chapel, it's because she's doing it. And behind it, she's got a great crew of kids on tech crew. We always kind of have to fight over students that want to be involved because I'm the stage crew manager in the musicals. So we get a chance to tag team and work together on those musicals. But she's stepped in and really helped out my program recently. And we want to thank her for all that. Also want to thank a couple of people here that helped put this together. Flinsky and Vishnov and Stolter all have helped the network infrastructure to be faster, giving us a chance to upload to both Facebook Live and YouTube. So, and at full bandwidth, that is not a given. That can happen at a private school. So we've done a great job of increasing and upgrading our infrastructure there. Owen Hardy looking to skip it. He does to Luca Huerta. Gets a chip on it, and it finds the back of the goal. Oh, he throws his hands up in celebration. That is a phenomenal little pass by Owen Hardy, and then just chips it over the top of the goalkeeper. Has nothing to do but stare at it. Take a look at this chip right over the top, and you could tell he knew it from moment one. That ball was going in the back of the net. That was an outstanding assist by Owen Hardy. Goal by Luke Huerta, and that brings his goal total to 25 on the season. And counting, hopefully, even tonight. So maybe that'll open up the doors a little bit, especially the way West Chicago wants to play. They're going to want to settle it a little bit and, again, work for the tie. And now they're going to have to play a little bit of change of pace and try and get this thing all tied up again. The bench just let out a sigh of relief. That was a big goal. In fact, I don't know if Wheaton Academy has gone scoreless in more than 2 matches this season. One of them, I know, they ended up losing 3-0 against Waukegan there. When Wheaton Academy gets the throw in here, so maybe Coach Brook looking to apply a little extra pressure here. I see him a little more intently focused, walking the sideline. Helping him this season has been Coach Earl. Alex Earl, another former player for him, also on our training staff. Dr. Earl, I guess, to give him an official title there. And doing a nice job. There's a free kick, maybe an opportunity for Wheaton Academy. Coach Brook throws his arms up saying, yeah, maybe we had that. But we'll get the free kick there on the 30-yard line. Give us another chance here. See if we can work a set play. They might deliver a short ball. Depends on what West Chicago does. Coach Brook calls out here a number here in a second. We're going to see if we can hit this. So taking the free kick, looks like it's Quinn Partain. West Chicago won that ball in the air, and DJ Polino tries to send it right back. He does. Oh, and an offsides call. Maybe give you a chance to see this replay. So DJ Polino sends it right back into Luke Huerta, who finds himself in. It looks like he was a good 4 feet behind the defense. But that's what Luke does, and he wears you down in that situation. That's a great look by DJ Polino, sending that ball right back in. Would have been a goal, but offsides is a call. You could tell there's just a sense of energy now in Wheaton Academy's lineup right now. They got a little extra movement going towards the ball. Seamus Kilgallen in the middle kind of gets caught up on his own feet there and loses it. But you can tell there's a little energy, a relief that we just scored, and maybe a little extra focus now. Good stab there. So that earns West Chicago, though, a throw-in. Give you a chance to celebrate a couple other things happening around Wheaton Academy. Margaret Harmon and Jack Dykema both have qualified for the state golf tournament. Put it in perspective, I think it's 3 teams qualify from regionals and maybe 3 or 4 from sectionals. But then if your team didn't qualify, and neither of ours did, then you qualify as an individual, and it's the top 10 golfers that get to go. So they found themselves in the top 10, and I believe I heard a 77 from Jack Dykema to qualify out of sectionals, and an 87 or an 83 from Margaret Harmon. We interviewed them on WA TV, and we're showing the interview segment tomorrow. We will post that online on YouTube so that you get a chance to match a name with a face. You can follow them on ihsa.org, and they golf Friday and Saturday. Those scores will be updated pretty routinely about every half hour. You can see what they do, birdie, bogey, par. It's pretty intriguing to watch. Wheaton Academy's got a corner kick here. Quinn Partain usually takes those. He sends the ball out wide. 22, Seamus Kilgallen gets a head on it, and the goalkeeper, nice job grabbing that up. Looks like a counterattack. There's number 7. Back into the game for West Chicago, Arturo Marquez, and he's all alone, but that you can tell West Chicago wants to do that. They were settled down, sending the ball right to him and letting him do his work. He's probably the Luke Huerta of West Chicago. It's a cross in there. That ball skipped on the ground. That is not what you want to see, but J.D. Gunn able to get his hands on it on that before that second bounce. So in the back, Matt Oster's back into the game, number 8. Eli Lebo, number 15. DJ Polino here on the near side. And then all the way on the far side is number 12, Owen Setrin. In the middle of the field, Seamus Kilgallen, Owen Hardy, Grayson Harris, Quinn Partain. Out wide over here, Jack Kilgallen. And then up top, that will always be kind of front and center, is Luke Huerta. Throw in for West Chicago here. So just about 12 minutes into the second half. Wheaton Academy scored about 5 minutes into the second half. On a great feed by Owen Hardy, in case you missed it, to Luke Huerta, who found and chipped the ball right over the top of the keeper for a great goal. If you're just joining us, Wheaton Academy is the number 1 team in their sectional, according to Seeds. This is the last regular season game, and then we start regionals next week. Regionals will be Tuesday, October the 17th. And that game will be either against the winner of IMSA or Dixon. And that's at 4 p.m. out in Sycamore. If you're interested in going. If you're not, we'll try and get some updates to you via our Twitter account. If you want to follow us, it's The Real WA TV. The Real WA TV. Follow us for updates on when we live stream and maybe some score updates and WATV segments. You can also follow at Wheaton Academy on Twitter or Facebook, YouTube, our social media platforms that give you a chance to know when that's happening. Luke Huerto trying to step over the ball. Grayson Harris able to get to it, not able to control it. Owen Setron running through the ball and a throw-in given to West Chicago. If they win Tuesday, October the 17th at 4 p.m. in Sycamore, they play Friday for the regional title versus the winner of St. Francis. Here's an opportunity. And a goal by Seamus Kilgallen. Got on the ground, kept it low.
Goal number 22, Seamus.
Take a look at how it happened. Luke Huerta ends up with the ball. Gives the ball to Seamus, who ends up getting there just before the keeper. And I think he drove his foot right into the keeper's body, too. The keeper's still kind of on the ground, shaking things off. The official's going to go over and check on him for a second. Seamus Kilgallen getting that second goal. So Luke Huerta with a goal and an assist. Seamus Kilgallen with another goal on the season. That puts that all too inviting 2-0 lead for Wheaton Academy with 27 minutes left to play. Keeper says he's okay, so we're going to keep on going here. West Chicago doing a nice job of counterattack. A lot of control there for a second. Wheaton Academy just sending the ball out. We might play this game a little differently. With a 2-0 lead, we'll see what Coach Brook dials up. Rain has stopped. Wind has really stopped too, so it evens out now here. Cold is kind of setting in. Probably about 50 degrees right now, but cold and wet. These players having to work through these conditions. DJ Polino winning the ball, getting pushed from behind, still trying to settle and knocks the ball off the West Chicago offensive players, so earns himself that throw-in. Great job by DJ Polino. At Wheaton Academy this week, PSAT testing today. Seniors went out and had a service day. Play on, says the official, no foul. So they went to places like Feed My Starving Children. They did local service projects around the area. They didn't have to do testing, so we make that into their service day opportunity. So had a chance to, we're going to have a chance to hear from some of those at community time tomorrow. Most of the time we always live stream chapels. We do not always live stream community time. If you want to follow our live stream channel, livestream.com/WA-live-video, WA live video. There's also a link or icon and a link on our homepage up top left on wheatonacademy.org. But that live stream channel usually has our chapels and then our auditorium events. So those things like percussion, ensemble evening, or Christmas concerts, or evening of classics, some of our fine arts events, whereas we've been able to stream these sporting events more to YouTube and Facebook. We've got a stoppage time as a West Chicago player was on the ground. Officials just checking on him, saying no need to have the coach out here. So yeah, we have a struggle with streaming to Facebook and YouTube because of copyrighted songs that we might be playing or dancing to. So instead, we use livestream.com
West Chicago
to
substitution
work
number
through
2.
that.
Diego Cortez enters the game.
We would always love the follows and likes. If you want to follow our Twitter or our Facebook, if you want to share this video out, there's a Ball to Seamus Kilgallen, who looked like he was trying to curve the ball a little bit and maybe get a little fancy with it. You can see, watch the ball come off his foot. It's going to veer to the right and kind of skips and turns. Maybe unintentional, maybe just be a slick ball and wet conditions. Or he could have been trying to curve it around the goalkeeper. There's a handball called on Quinn Partain. His second handball of the day. That's a strange stat. So West Chicago gets to settle down here for a second. 23 minutes left to play here in this second half. John Austriaco warming up on the sidelines, getting ready to come in. Wheaton Academy maybe shuffling in some guys in and out, trying to stay loose and warm. Again, this is the last regular season game. Wheaton Academy's record this year is 17-4. They've won 10 in a row, so if they win 11 in a row, they're going to take that into the postseason. And if you, in the postseason, you're not allowed to lose. Otherwise, you're done. So there's an off chance that they could end up in state with something like 16 or 17 wins in a row. Their last loss to Plainfield Central in a penalty kick situation in the last game of the Pepsi Showdown. They are the reigning MSC Conference champions, again for the second straight year. Lot to celebrate here, and probably all for naught if they don't make it out of regionals. And we were talking about regionals here. West Chicago, this team we're playing right now, beat Sycamore 1-0. Sycamore and St. Francis will play, and we will more than likely have the chance to meet them in the regional final. It gives you an indication of maybe the level of talent in that regional final. But at Sycamore, there's a shot on goal. Missed opportunity, but able to scoop it back in. Looked like it was Luke Huerta. Offsides is called. Offsides is called.
No goal, offsides.
The flag went up. We'll check out the replay there, or you saw the replay just a second ago. So it looks like, oh man, that was a tight one. It looked like the ball was close to the end line. Tough way to call off sides, but you can go back and take a look at those replays later on. See if how close that was. That was we'll see, you can't take those calls back anyways. There's a swinging volley by Owen Hardy. Ends up being a shot on goal, but keeper makes that save. So hoping to get out of the regionals, and then if they get out of the regionals, well, all my live stream followers might be happy because it will probably end up live streaming both of those games. Hopefully it won't be too cold for us at the end of October, but those games in the sectional will be Wednesday, October 25th and Friday, October 27th. There's a save. JD gets on the ground for that as the ball kind of skips there. Watch this thing stay low. That's a tough save to make in this wet condition because that turf skips around. JD will just take his time here. Encourage West Chicago to come out. We'll waste a little extra time where we can. Luke Huerta with the ball. So Wednesday will be the sectional semi, and then Friday the sectional final if we can make that happen. There's a corner kick for Wheaton Academy. So if they can get out of that, there's a chance that they could play a team.
Number 18, John Austriaco.
John Austriaco and number 13, Brian Henry, are into the game,
into the field for the Warriors of Wheaton
taking
Academy.
out Owen Hardy and number 21, Jack Kilgallen. So a little short corner kick. Doesn't look like it's going to run. Instead, looks like looks like they were trying to make that play the whole time, just trying to sell it. They did a nice job with it, not getting anything out of it, and a throw-in is called for Wheaton Academy. In the super sectional, again, a long way away. But if they can get into the super sectional, they will play a team. if they can get to the Super Sectional as well, Quincy Notre Dame. About 2 weeks ago, Wheaton Academy went to a tournament called Go for the Goal, and in the championship there, they played. A shot on goal! It hits the crossbar, but followed up by number 22, Seamus Kilgallen. There's the top crossbar, and then he puts it right into the back of the net with the header. Does a great job of following it up. Looks like the conversation was maybe it looked like the keeper went out to have a conversation with the official. The keeper is not pleased, just kind of kicks it away. I saw it in our replay immediately. He was talking to him, and he's still chirping at the official, throwing his hands up saying 3-0. Well, I'm sure he's not pleased. You know, guys were all over the net, including probably his defense. So that would be a difficult offsides call to make. Go back and look at the replay later on. Seamus' second goal of the day, giving the Warriors a 3-0 lead, and that's what we were talking about in the first half. You know, 0-0. West Chicago's playing for the tie from moment one. 8-6 on the season. 6 of those are ties. A third of them are ties. They just wanted to play for the tie. Now that they're behind, now all of a sudden there's a little less energy from them. They can't find the same offense. There's a little save. I mean, 6'6" JD Gunn's going to have to just, I don't think he wanted to try and grab it because it might have just slipped in the back, so he just tipped it over the top just to be on the safe side. So that's going to be a corner kick there. Nice strike. Definitely can't go over JD, but sometimes you can surprise him, and that was a good shot from 25 yards away. But when Wheaton Academy can get the lead, it seems like we finish these games. Every time I've seen us score first, we've won the game. Haven't let people come back. We get a little extra energy. So hopefully in this postseason coming up, we get an early goal, and if teams are smart, they'll play for a tie and hopefully take us to PKs, which I believe we're 1-1 on the season in PKs. Not an easy thing to win ever, even with a talented keeper like JD. Looks like Sam Frosled's getting ready and warmed up over there. There's a header bumping out, just trying to get the ball and clear it. West Chicago still there, gets a shot, but way off wide. So sub tries to come into the game here. Yep, they're going to call Sam Froslett into the game.
Wheaton Academy number 6, Sam Froslett.
And he is coming out for Quinn Partain, so he's going to take the far side. Or maybe they'll move people around there and shift things around. Only 16 minutes left to play there in this half. Basketball season's coming up for Wheaton Academy. I know there was a winter coaches meeting, which means you hate to say winter's coming up. There's a little skip, not able to get it. Luke Herrera trying to play around with it. Sam Froslet runs into the keeper. A foul called, but they put the flag back down. Maybe got a little too fancy with all those chips. Maybe get to secure the ball. Would have been nice. Rain's coming back a little bit more. We got right to left wind again. It has been rainy all day. For those of you that stopped watching the Cubs game at the end, and you know the Cubs probably could have used a 24-hour period with no rain after all of September with no rain, and now here October, give a chance for Strasburg to pitch, and pitched a gem on us. So there, Game 5 against the Nationals. Sox fans are happy. Cubs fans are getting stressed. This is postseason baseball. Our basketball team. New leadership for both programs this year. We have Coach Steve
Number 23,
Tunn
Norman Alarcon,
coaching the
and
varsity
number
team this
16,
year.
Fabian Medina.
And we
entering
have
for West
Coach
Chicago.
Aaron Carwell coaching the varsity girls team this year. Girls season starts a week earlier and will have their first tournament a week earlier than the boys. Their first tournament, I believe, is in Salmonock. There's a handball, no call. The boys tournament is at Wheaton Academy, 4 straight games at Wheaton Academy. And that is the week of Thanksgiving. So that Monday, Tuesday, and I believe that Friday, Saturday, if I'm not mistaken. We're going to live stream both boys and girls basketball throughout the season. And then we'll pick up with our spring schedule. So hopefully you can tune in to some of our broadcasts for basketball as well. Try and have 4 cameras going on in there with some instant replays. That should be fun. A couple of new commentators coming around. I know Coach Smith, Daniel Smith, who's our voice of the football live stream. There's John Ostriaco staying with the ball, trying to get the ball to Luke Huerta. He's chipping the ball back and forth. Does find, let's see who he finds. He's going to hold on to the ball. Now Brian Henry with the ball, sends the ball out wide. Shot on goal hits the top of the field goal post. So it did hit a post, just not the soccer goal. Coach Smith is
Number 10, Owen Hart,
running
back on
a
the field for
broadcast
Wheaton Academy.
winterim class, trying to recruit and teach more broadcasters to do what we do, commentate and announce. Always looking for students to come in. Josh Walraven came in and helped in the volleyball. So if you know anybody or if you yourself would like to help and assist, that would be a looks like a maybe thinking about a card. Owen Hardy earns the foul call, but no card, just saying be careful in this weather. Matt Oster takes the free kick, sends it to a great spot, hits Luke Huerta right in the head. Sam Froslid trying to control it on the ground, not able to. West Chicago clears that out. 12:25 left to play in this game. Warriors up 3-0. All the goals coming in the second half. 2 of them coming from Seamus Kilgallen. 1 of them from Luke Huerta. He also assisted one of the goals. Great trap there by John Ostriaco. Does lose the ball at his feet. Nice touch, though, for a bit. Cold setting in here at Wheaton Academy. We've got 50-degree temperatures here in the evening. Fall is disappearing quickly. Last regular season game at Performance Trust Field. 2 games will be played. 3 games will be played at the sectional, but hopefully they will be with us. Not exactly sure yet. Regionals will be out in Sycamore. Boys football playing at Fenton on Friday. Then if they play, well, no matter what, the next week they play at St. Ed's. Boys football done for the season at Wheaton Academy. Playing the remaining games off campus. Have to win both of them to become playoff eligible. If they do that, then it's up to the state seating committee to decide if they should actually play in the playoffs. So we're going to need a couple of quality wins. There's a feed from Owen to Luke Huerta. Chips it past his defender, but the keeper right there. Looks like a couple of Wheaton Academy players ready to come in. Daniel Rinchenkov, number 23, will more likely play in the front end on offense. Trying to see who the other 2 might be ready to come in. Cheers for Brian Henry. We haven't called his name on any live stream games. I believe he's been hurt. He's into the game here today. Thank you for watching wherever you're coming from. Appreciate the support. Anything you can do to help our program out, sharing this out with other people. Send them the link. Get them to watch this game. More followers, more attention, more followers. People get notified more often of these live stream broadcasts. Like us, follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. This live stream crew is a part of a larger program called WATV. WATV is the video program here. We deliver live stream broadcasts of fine arts events, of school informational meetings, of sporting events here, of chapels. And then the other side of it is a WATV news segment. That news segment is recorded in Studio 22. The name is a mystery to all. No one knows why I called it 22. I'm going to try and make that a challenge for people to figure that out at some point. You can guess yourself. Leave comments. But we run a news segment. We are going to run one tomorrow. We're going to show it in community time and post it on our channel. We have announcements and story segments. We have a segment called This or That with our new teachers coming up tomorrow. We have a segment on cross country. And we have our interview with our two state qualifiers, Jack Dykema and Margaret Harmon. 8:19 left to play in this second half. Warriors up and now finally comfortable with a 3-0 lead. Of course, looking to increase that. Looking to give themselves a reason to get excited for the postseason. We told you they're 17-4 this season with 11 straight victories, or this was 10, 11 if they win tonight. Quite a little winning streak coming into the off season, but anything can happen, or into the postseason, but anything can happen in the tournament. Going to have to be ready for every game, including that first one. Got a crazy amount of subs getting ready to come into the game, so I'm just going to tell you as they're getting ready. We got Chris Eklund, number 2, number 20, Jack Lichty, 23, Daniel Rinchenkov, number 5, Logan Finnegan, and there's a shot on goal, not able to be controlled there. Looks like subs are coming into the game. And number 11, Luke Sesnov.
23, Luke Sesnov. Number 11, Logan Finnegan, number 5. Chris Eklund, number 2. And number 20, Jack Lichty into the game for Wheaton Academy.
Matt Oster coming out, DJ Polino. DJ Polino started today. Max Dominguez not able to play today, late. Scratch from the lineup. Luke Huerta given a break. Grayson Harris and Owen Hardy. Coach bringing out a lot of his players here, getting some other people to get some experience in the last 6 minutes, seeing what they can do, how to maintain this. My cousin, Johnny Weber, having a birthday today, and he's in Connecticut. One of the biggest Yankee fans I know. And cheering on the Yankees tonight. I'll give you a score update if you're not following. And I'll give my editor a score update as well. The score is 3-0 in the top of the 4th. That is an elimination game. If the Yankees win, they move on. Go on to face the Astros, who beat Boston. A lot of regional and sectional things happening around Wheaton Academy this week and next. Girls volleyball is getting ready for regionals. Girls tennis has a seeding meeting tonight to find out where they will get seated for the sectional. That will happen on Friday and Saturday of this week, weather allowing. Girls tennis finished in the top 10 in state last year. I believe boys tennis did too. First time we've ever had a finish that high. Had a little something to do with the fact that we went to 2 divisions instead of 1. So we are in a smaller school division for the first time ever, not have to play these big schools like Hinsdale Central, St. Charles North, those types of schools that have had our number. But also speaks to the talent level that Coach Heather Green has gotten her players to. Players like Olivia Ham at first singles, Carly Chan at second singles. Seeing how they do, it's going to be exciting to watch.
West Academy, number 12.
Cross country coming into regionals here soon, led by Coach Chris Felinski. They run in events with 40 teams, and sometimes are ending up in like 16th place. With 40 teams, that's a lot of runners, and to our runners' credit, they are ending up with personal bests all the time. Doing a segment on them on WA TV tomorrow. You should check out, again, our YouTube channel or our Twitter account, The Real WA TV. Get glimpses in on some of the things happening around Wheaton Academy. Then, if you didn't hear, we have a night that's more like an open house for prospective families. Future Warrior Night on Monday of next week. Brittany Clanky is the head of the admissions department, and will be running the event. You have the principal, who happens to be my wife, Corey Hockett, the head of school and the associate head of school, Gene Frost and Steve Bolt there. We have there's a shot on goal, skips past. JD Gunn got on the ground. There's a shot, and my goodness, that went just over the top. What a great effort by West Chicago. One miss coming across. Instead of shooting, tips it to his player, and then just right on the left top edge of that goal that just missed. But if you know any families interested in applying, if you could push that information out to them, that would be outstanding. People have a chance to meet teachers, hear about what's happening at the school. Always looking for quality families and students to come to Wheaton Academy, be a part of our community. This live stream broadcast is a challenging one. Nothing ever is easy. Sometimes it's more fun in the warmth. There's a skip. Eli Lebo mishandles that ball. I was going to apologize to J.D. Gunn here in a second. That's a corner kick now for West Chicago. But this live stream broadcast is a challenging one. And my crew, editor Brianne Mosieri, then we have Cliff Anderson inside as the editor. Brianne's the director, Cliff is the editor. And then my camera crew up top, Jonathan James and Joaquin Ventimilla, have
DJ Polino, number 3, enters
come
the field
in
for Wheaton Academy
on a tough day. After being done for half a day today, coming in later in the cold and the wet to give you this broadcast. Just appreciate all the service of my team. If you ever see any Studio 22 or WA TV sweatshirts, you know that they're a part of the team, and what they're doing for Wheaton Academy is pretty cool. Daniel Rinchenkov gets called for that offsides call. So with 1 minute to play, Warriors up 3-0. Looks like they're going to come away with this win, bringing their overall record to 18-4 in the regular season before it gets to the postseason next Tuesday night. No, Tuesday at 4 p.m. If you want a chance to follow Wheaton Academy throughout the postseason, a great place to go to. Here's Ricky Resendez driving the ball, giving the ball to Daniel. A great place to check is ihsa.org. They have a score zone. Wheaton Academy with a chance. And a great save by the keeper with 18 seconds left. Unbelievable. Playing this whole game. He's done a great job in the box for West Chicago. Great job, just barely missed. IHSA.org and follow the score zone. They do a great job updating those scores. And there's the buzzer. So it was a tough first half. Playing the game, West Chicago 1-2, playing to a tie score at 0-0. Going into the second half, 0-0. Wheaton Academy scores 3 goals, and the first goal coming
Academy thanks Coach Pia and the Wildcats for joining us this evening for an excellent game. And
with maybe about 5 minutes into that second half. Then it was all uphill or downhill for Wheaton Academy. Scoring another couple of goals there and finishing it with a 3-0 victory. Congratulations to Coach Brooke and Coach Earl and all these seniors as their last official home game before the postseason. Doing a great job. Luke Huerta with 25 goals on the season. Seamus Kilgallen with 2 goals on the evening. J.D. Gunn with another shutout save. A lot to celebrate today. Thank you for tuning in. This has been a cold, wet night for us. Hopefully you watched in the comfort of your own home. If we ever make it to sectionals, we will post on our Twitter account, The Real Wa TV, and maybe on our Facebook page when we will be live streaming those games. But those games will be Wednesday, October the 25th, and Friday, October the 27th.
The 2017 soccer champions of the
we do make it out of regionals and then into sectionals. But I'm Matt Hockett. If you want to email me,
for the IHSA regional tournament.
Email me at mhockett@wheatonacademy.org and give us some comments or comment on our YouTube channel or Facebook page. Feel free. Love to hear your feedback for our broadcast. Thanks to my live stream crew for putting up with this evening tonight, and thanks for tuning in. Have a good night.